Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today, let's find out if Czechoslovakia will become one of the greatest powers in Europe. So, Slovakia and Czechia agreed to peaceful unification, and they decided they want to form an empire. So, obviously, the military is going to be way buffed. They decide to invade Austria and Hungary. So Czechoslovak troops enter from the north, if that's what you call them, enter from the north, the main goal of capturing Vienna, the capital of Austria, and in the middle they want to split Austria and Hungary so they can't send supplies within each other to help each other. So a campaign in Hungary is also made to try and capture the capital of Budapest, but it's not successful in the beginning. But on Austria, on the other hand, more and more Czechoslovak troops come and they almost encircle the capital, and they eventually do that, but they're not able to capture it. And Austria makes a little bit of a counteroffensive here to try and connect the mainland with the capital, and that goes pretty successfully. They also connect Hungary and Austria back together, and they push back Czechoslovak troops in the north. Hungary does the same, but to a less successful thing. So now Czechoslovak troops increase, and more of them enter into the country. And eventually, after a big battle, the capital of Hungary, Budapest, is taken, and the capital of Austria, Vienna, is also taken. And from here on out, the Czechoslovak troops are having an easy time pushing into Austria and Hungary. And since the two countries' capitals have been taken, the soldiers lose morale and they begin to go on a full on retreat. And eventually, after a month of fighting, both countries decide to surrender. Let's look at this peace treaty. Here is the peace treaty. So Czechoslovakia is going to be nice, big, and buff without taking steroids. They annex all of Austria and Hungary, and now they look more like a regional power. But that is not enough for them. And after a couple of months in preparation, they decide to invade Romania and Moldova to get sea access to the Black Sea and to increase their land area. Czechoslovak troops enter from the west into Romania, and Romania was not expecting this in the slightest. They weren't even expecting Czechoslovakia to win or reunite, so they weren't expecting this. But they are able to stalemate the troops, and that's quite good for them. And Moldova also sent some troops to help out Romania, as they don't want to be taken out either. So it stays like this for roughly a week, but eventually a breakthrough is made, and Czechoslovakia enters more into Romania with the main goal of capturing the capital, Bucharest. I think that's what it's called. Is it like right here? But whatever. And clearly, Czechoslovakia is having much more success than Austria-Hungary was having when it tried to defend itself from Romania. But this is going quite well. So after a couple weeks fighting, the Czechoslovak troops are getting quite close to the Romanian capital. So Romania makes a great counteroffensive, and it attempts to encircle all these troops and stop them from capturing the capital. And they get super duper close, but in the end, it's all in vain, as it's not able to do much to stop. But the counteroffensives in the other regions are quite successful. But eventually, more Czechoslovak troops come, and they make sure that this line is nice and thick, and it's well supported, and the supply lines don't get too stretched out. And eventually, the capital is taken, and Romania is split in two. The southern part is also being invaded, and this southern part decides to surrender. Romanian troops are now on full retreat into Moldova, and Moldova is preparing for an attack. And eventually, Romania is forced to surrender, and which leaves tiny little Moldova to defend itself. And you guys can probably predict what's about to happen. Not much, as Moldova is swiftly taken, and both countries decide to surrender. Let's look at this peace treaty. Here is the peace treaty. So Czechoslovakia annexes all of Romania and Moldova, and now it's quite long, but it's not really wide, or it is wide. It's not tall, I mean. So they want to look good on the map because they think if you're going to be a successful empire, you have to look good on a map. So they decide to invade quite a bit of the Balkans. They decide to invade Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, and Serbia. Whew, that's a mouthful. And the Balkans are quite used to this because they fight way too much. So this is right up their alley. So Czechoslovak troops enter into Slovenia and take most of the country with ease. And they begin to take over Croatia. They cut the country in half, and they take over a bit of the north. And they do the same with Serbia. And surprisingly, also, the Balkans were unexpecting, and they did not expect this. But by the time they get ready, most of Croatia is taken, and and Slovenia is fully taken. Now all that's left is Bosnia Herzegovina and Serbia. But Serbia is not going to give up that easy, obviously. And Serbian troops make a huge counteroffensive here, and they push back Czechoslovakia from the north, and they are able to actually push out all troops from their country and even make a little invasion. And they put some troops into Bosnia and Herzegovina, and a counteroffensive is made, but it doesn't end up too good as the counteroffensive in Serbia. But eventually, all of Bosnia and Herzegovina's coastline has been taken, and now the entire country surrenders. And Serbia was not expecting it to fall this quickly, so there weren't much troops there. And now another invasion line has started, and Serbia is forced to pull out all troops from Czechoslovakia, and now they're being attacked from pretty much all sides. The entire northern part of the country is taken, and eventually Serbia is forced to surrender. So let's look at this peace treaty. Here is the peace treaty. So Czechoslovakia is now one of probably the greatest powers in Europe, and it's probably even bigger than Ukraine, and second largest country in Europe only after Russia. And they're probably also a great power. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe, and you might want to consider watching What If Yugoslavia Reunited today. Bye!